This is Ultimate Soccer with Soccer Steve.
And I'm walking on set like I used to do when this show started, and I'm looking real Canadian now. Check this jacket out, guys. Very few people have seen this, but hey, look at the maple leaves. Beauty on the shoulder, on the sleeve, collar, up or down. I like it up. And check out the back. Check that out, eh? Lovely bit of clobber. So, Croatia, Canada, free game. Let's get into this. Let's have it. Big day coming up. Big day is here. It's 27th coming up. And I'll tell you what, it is so important. It's do or die. It's crunch time. It's every kind of headline you can throw on it. It's massive. It really is massive. Our future at the World Cup hinges on this game. But before we go for the pre-game, I hope you like the jacket. Put this one on because it's an important day. So I've got to put the Canadian on and be big Canadian. Big Canadian. Hope you are too. Do a lot of positive thoughts until the kickoff and through the games. And if we bring what we brought against Belgium into the next game, I tell you what, we're giving ourselves a fighting chance. And I'll tell you what, we'll get into some really good stuff really soon. But before we do, stick around for the centre spot coming up real soon. It's about the referee, Yanis Tagazwi from Zambia. Stick around from that. You want to see that. But from our side of point of view, a great first game at the World Cup in the competition. We played well. The whole world knows who we are. We got a lot of street creds out of that game, and people are loving who we are by all means. Belgium got taught a little bit of a lesson. We're a little bit shocked. That will serve them good because now in the second game coming through, I expect them to bring a much better performance against Morocco. And then opening up against Croatia, they'll still bring a high performance. So we might have literally annoyed a big beast in the competition, and they're going to start rocking a few ships in our group, which pays dividends for us. It's absolutely magic for the Maple Leafs. So, from our side of point of view, great first game. Moving forward into this game, looking like we've got a healthy ship. People are going to be in their zones. Alfonso hopefully won't be taking a penalty. Jonathan David should be doing that one. And if we get a penalty, watch Alfonso go, no, not me, man, not me. Jonathan, please, take the ball. He should have took the ball the first one. It would have been in the back of the net. You know Jonathan David would have put it in there. And I mean, I'm having a smile on my face because you can't be angry. We're in the World Cup, man. I mean, come on. How far have we come in all these years? Nowhere. Now we're playing a game in the World Cup and still got one more to go, minimum. Well, if we get a win out of this, we can go for another one. We can get in the knockout round and anything's possible. So everything hinges on this next game. We cannot afford to lose it. And you know that Croatia's going to be coming looking for blood. And, you know, we got to literally ride the possession game because Croatia's going to have possession. You know they're going to have possession. So don't worry when we don't have the ball. Worry what we do when we do have the ball. And we're going to go down the flanks again, and I like these balls over the top. See, these teams are now playing the balls over the top because it knocks the defence right off that line, and it makes their ship unsteady. No more of this ticky-tacky, in and around. Get it in there and whip them crosses in. You've seen that as well. We do it. Canada's been doing that quick, load the box and get the ball in. We've been doing that for quite some time. When we go forward, we've always got a target to aim for. And that's something about our play that we may well capitalise in this game. I'm not going to wander too much on about it because we've got a few things to come. But on the game, we're definitely in it. We can get a result. I expect us to really show something in this next game. And we may have the fortune that we didn't in the first half. And it wasn't just in the play. It was also in the officialising. You'll hear about that in the centre spot coming up. You need to stick around. But here's the deal. My biggest fear, guys, is probably the same as your biggest fear. I don't want a repeat of 86. What do I mean? What do I mean? I mean simply that I don't want to lose 3 games. That would kill me. I don't want to go to the World Cup and think about losing 3 games. So I don't even want to see it. That's why it's so important that we break that chain in this game. We've got to get a result against Croatia. There's no other way to look at it, and we've got to go in there with positive thoughts as a team because we're that good. We can get that result. We don't fear anybody, and there's no need to fear anybody. Don't need to respect anybody. We just go out and play our game, and really, the only thing that's missing is to steady your nerves when you're in front of net And Jonathan David normally passes the ball in the net and never is off target. And you can see the quality of competition. It's so high, there is no time in the half spaces to operate. You get the ball, you've got to release it before you get it, pretty much. And you've got to be seeing who's coming in behind you and other three positions as well, in between the lines, and blocking passing lanes all at the same time, even as a striker. So you can see that at the World Cup level, where it's the massive level, it is the level. You got no time to react. JD and the rest of them in front of goal, I hope they show a bit more calm and a bit more calmness as they release the shot, because if we do that, I know we're going to hit the twine in the back of the net, and I'm expecting us to score. I am expecting us to score. So, heads up, positive. We're going for a big game against Croatia. I see big things. I really see big things. I think our guys are really hungry to go and get something, and I really think we're going to bite on something. I think we're going to be dining really well in this game tonight. And I tell you also, or not tonight, but on Sunday, sorry, but I also say this much. When we're in that game, I think we're going to do exactly what we did against Belgium. We're going to show well, and we're going to have some possession, and when we do have the ball, we're going to look like a team that uses it. We did great on the display and the spread of the play. It's that final finish, that final pass, that was what was off. You saw it. If we can hit them highs and get those right for this game, I can see a win. I really could see a win. I have no fear. This is the level. Now, centre spot. I want us to go to the centre spot right now, and after that we're going to go to the fun facts, because you're going to love both of them, but the centre spot, you really need to get to this one, because it's about the Canadian national team and what happened in the last game against Belgium, and something that's coming out in the news that you need to hear about if you haven't heard about. So let's go to the centre spot right now. And welcome to the centre spot right now. We're talking about a little bit of corruption coming through from the game Canada-Belgium. If you haven't heard about it, I think you need to hear about it. So let's hear about it right now. Referee who made controversial calls against Canada was previously suspended for corruption in 2018. He was suspended for a disgusting incident, apparently, between Tunisia and Mali. Now, further on, referee is Mr. Gianni Sikazwe of Zambia. Sikazwe of Zambia. Now, the game against Belgium, there were 3 penalty incidents. One he gave that he couldn't really not give, because the whole bloody world could see it was a penalty. It was so obvious you had to give it. So there was that one. Then there were 2 other incidences in the game where players were fouled in the box. And the most obvious one was the third one, Richie Larea. But there were 2 other penalty box calls that should have been given, whereby Sikazwe didn't even notify or even use VAR. And that's what it's there for. And he didn't even use it. So a corrupt referee of the past fails the fairness of the game for Canada by not giving possibly 2 penalty calls that he should have done. And that's in the press right now. You go online, you'll find it. Just enter in referee Gianni Sikazwe, JANNYSIKAZWE from Zambia. That will tell you all about it. Now, let's go to the fun facts, and I think you're going to enjoy this one too. This one is you're gonna love this one. It's so bloody stupid for people to do this in a Muslim country and not expect to get some kind of abuse out of it. I mean, it's common sense. I mean, I've been in the Middle East. I know what it's like. I know how sensitive they are towards their religion and their way of life. But when you consider that's their country where you're in, what you're visiting, you're a guest in, then really their rules really do apply. No, you're in their country, so it's not anything other than you're living by their standards, and that's the way it is. And there's nothing unusual about that, because you go any country in the world and you live by that country's standards or the land and its laws. Right, so getting to the point. Some crazy-ass English fans have gone down to Qatar and and they're loving it where they are. They've got their costumes, their fancy dress for the games. Because England fans and all the fans around the world, when they go to the World Cup, they all dress up in the costumes. You see sombreros from Mexico, yeah? And you see the tartan and the kilts from the Scottish. And from the English, well, you see Knights Templar to the Crusaders, the Knights of the Crusade. And they always dress up as the Knights of the Crusade. That's what the England fans do. That's what they've done for decades. It's fancy dress. It's like Halloween. It really is just like Halloween at a football match or a soccer match. It's Halloween, man. And at the end of the day, that is all it is. If you find that someone is really sort of on the side of being back in time, 1600s or before that as well, the 1000s, and they're really living it and they believe it and da-da-da-da-da, okay, fine, then that's it. But this is purely fans going to a game. These guys here, they got turned around and were not allowed in the ground in Qatar to a game because the way they were dressed was too inflammatory for the situation. You got to imagine Middle East dressed up as a Knight Templar, a Templar Knight going in there, you know, a Crusader Knight. I mean, I'm laughing at it because I can see the funny side of it, for Christ's sake, but you think you have to look at the funny side of it because only a crazy ass would do it. And you've got to think, you've got to have some balls to wear that in the Middle East and not expect to get, you know, at least a good kicking. I mean, you have to imagine they could get a little bit pissed off, and probably rightfully so, yeah, in many cases. But there's one of the things that you probably didn't know about was the Crusade is back in Qatar. What a joke. It's just guys going to a game. But yeah, they got turned away and are not allowed in there. So look at England fans to be a little bit toned down inside the stadium, moving forward. Okay, guys, get ready for the game. I hope you had a little laugh at that. Keep looking at that picture. I've been looking at it for a little while. Yeah, crazy, eh? Still funny on the same side too. Get ready. Croatia's coming. It's our time. We got nothing to lose. We really are in this. And hey, as long as we don't lose, we're still rolling along and the journey continues. And we have got another game and hopefully another one after that. Hey, the dream is alive. We're not dead. Everything's good. I've got everything to think about. It's going to be a positive game for us. And as long as we work hard on that field, I think we've got enough legs to match, if not beat, Croatia. It's the skill set when we finish in front and there. And JD, please, my friend, take it easy. You are so damn good. You know how to finish. Just do it for Canada and make history. And who is going to be the first Canadian to score a goal in the World Cup? Down below, guys, drop me a comment. And please, if you would, you lovely people, please like this video. It really does count when you like the videos. It so helps the channel. And if you would be so kind, would you be so kind as to subscribe as well, you dear friend, and pass it around to all the lovely people around the zone, that's the globe, and basically share the living heck out of it. Thanks, guys. Get ready for the game. I am, and I'm going to have a good time. No matter what happens, I'm here for positive time. And come back for the post-game because I've got to tell you, we're going to have a lot of good things on that post-game. And hopefully we got a great story too to finish on Sunday evening here in Canada or wherever you are in Qatar, or if you're in Canada or you're in Qatar, wherever you are, near or far, if you're Canadian, let's hope we have a great thing to celebrate after the game. Okay, guys, get ready for it. Cheers.
The Ultimate Soccer Show. Join me, listen, you'll love it. Everybody does.